Battle of Midway over here, the follow-up to Pearl Harbor, and close to the end of the war here. So yes, the Battle of the Midway happened on, of course, the island that's way past Hawaii, getting closer to Japan and the east over there. So yes, this was a crazy story of courage, of war, and political policies, and various traditions of East and West meeting, you know. And the story opens up of this particular officer coming into Pearl Harbor and checking out the slaughter there, you know. So he's going through the sights, the sounds, the smells, you know, the senses of what was happening in that time. What ultimately got a lot of these guys to go and risk it all, if you will. Give life and freedom and happiness for fighting for our freedoms, happiness, and love and stuff. So, yeah. What was interesting to me was the battle scenes, the scenes of battle, right? Because we live in a society with freedom. We can have apple pie, we can have baseball, we can have Coca-Cola, right? So this story right here were of these young men that were going to these battle scenes, many of them for the first, and for a lot of them for the last time of their life, which is crazy. These guys grow up, live their lives, some of them get married, some of them lie on their age just to get in. They do their sacrifice and that's it, you know? It's like a lot of lost lives, you know, on both sides. And yeah, a lot of the interesting things to me was not necessarily the political environment, maybe not although watching the signing of the end of the war with the Japanese, that was very interesting to watch, and it was a nice end, even though there are a lot of lives lost, right? Peace is ultimately what we're all going for, right? So seeing the signing of that was really moving. But yeah, a lot of what I appreciated in the story were a lot of the pilot stories of trying to make these dive bomb runs or going out on a mission with like not a lot of fuel, just things like that. It's like, ooh, you can almost put yourself in those shoes, right? Be like, man, that could have been me, a young 19, 21-year-old going into battle. And you know, the fears, the anticipation, the nerves, the butterflies that you would have felt in that situation. Also, they talk about the sea battles, of course, that were going on. And the sea battles, that seems confusing. Because how do you know when a ship is done, right? Does it list? Does it sink? What if you think the carrier, or the ship that you're on, is done for? And you get off, you try to torpedo it, but the ship is still there. What happens, right? That's why you gotta read this. Also goes into the policies and the traditions of East versus West, right? All kinds of different things. What was interesting was that the Japanese always try to hit with the iron fist, right? They worked on getting organized and making sure that their troops were of highest quality. Quality mainly over quantity, right? And an organized offensive. The Americans kind of hit it with whatever they got. They hit it with whatever they got, and they just kept on going until the getting was good, right? They didn't stop, they didn't quit. Don't stop, get it. The work don't stop, the grind don't quit. So that just goes to show you that whenever you're doing anything in life, especially if it's a war, you can be the fastest, you can be the strongest, but the battle goes to the one who continues, who endures. And with that, let me just say, the marathon continues, the relay continues, and of course I'm talking about love to everyone you know, right? And so, God bless, comment, like, subscribe. Everybody wants to go to heaven. Get yourself a copy of this. I'd say it's a good read. Many parts will have you on the edge of your seat, knocking your socks off. Other parts may have you in a restful mode, especially the appendices in the back here. think this is actually a index in the back. This will have you sleeping. I must say I did not read that part, but if I need to go back and find a certain person or an island, I could go back there and find that. But yeah, good read. Go out and get it before you watch any other films that may skew your vision of what history was from both sides, right? Typically they write history from one side, but this seems to do a good job of getting both sides of the story. Alright? And yeah, in the US you can get this for $18.95, and this is from Oxford University Press, and that's www.oup.com. If you guys are still watching, comment, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Everybody wants to go to heaven, and God bless.